really excited because, again, when you have something rare like this, the world needs to know. And I know I've been doing this for more than 7 years now. I haven't seen it before.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming. Welcome to Mortgage Mastery with host Sharon McCarthy, featuring ADU Advantage specialist Dr. Sharon Barnes, also real estate agent and appraisal extraordinaire Lionel Thomas, and Mr. Lionel Thomas, actually. And then our special guest, contractor, builder, ADU expert when it comes to building proprietary techniques, Mr. Joe Belemontes. Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you, and feels good to be here with all you guys. Awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful. Dr. Barnes, you assemble us all today here in Fontana at Joe's compound to show us ADUs that are already built, ADUs that are in the process of being built over here, and to have us meet Joe. So tell us why you brought us along. What is your vision? Talk to the camera.
Okay. Well, thank you, TR. I'm so excited to be here. And I've been excited since I met Joe. We had a conversation. We've done a couple interviews. I met him here at the compound and showed me around. And I just became ecstatic because anybody who knows me knows that I am very passionate about ADUs. So for the last several years, I've been working with contractors, homeowners, investors, all centered around building accessory dwelling units. It was hard to find accessory dwelling units in the Inland Empire that people could actually visit, see, touch, and feel. We could go to the modular yard sometime and see the structures if somebody was interested in modular. But ground up construction, it's kind of a hybrid between wood construction and steel studs and so forth. The housing crisis is real, and I just really been looking to bring together talent in the Inland Empire. I've gotten excited about ADUs because I think in the Inland Empire we have the biggest opportunity. We have the land, we have homeowners that need to provide additional housing not only for families but for our community, for our veterans, and the opportunities here. But everyone been running around us in San Diego, LA County, and so forth. So to actually be able to bring together people who are in the Asian industry, providing houses in the Inland Empire, I'm real excited. I got especially excited when I met Joe because Joe has something that I haven't found anywhere else. I haven't found another contractor that actually has it. And that is this ADU showcase that he's built here in the Inland Empire in Fontana. When I saw this location and the quality of his craftsmanship and his services and the floor plans that he has and his team and what they're providing to homeowners who engage them with the ADUs, I was like really excited. So Joe, as he'll tell you, he's an architect and building, but we need to get our community excited and here because now we have a rare opportunity in the Inland Empire to come see, touch, and feel ADUs. Get your questions answered. We don't have to rely on YouTube University. We can come to Fontana. We can talk to Joe. We can talk to his structural engineer. We can talk to his team. You can talk to me. You can talk to TR, to Lionel. We're here to serve our community. So I'm really excited because, again, when you have something rare like this, the world needs to know. And I know I've been doing this for more than 7 years now. I haven't seen it before. So I think that we've come together to really empower our community and to make a difference in the housing in the Inland Empire. So I'm excited.
I can see that you're excited, and I can definitely tell you we have been around for a while, and I have not seen anything like this. This is an awesome place you put together, Joe. And I'm gonna get back to you, but before I do, I want to ask Mr. Lionel a question.
Yes, sir.
As a professional appraiser, you have over 20 years in this business. You walked around the property, you saw the craftsmanship, you saw the ADU, you saw the attached ADU, and you saw what's being built. Can you give me your professional analysis of what you think about them?
Uh, they're really nice. It's new construction, for starters. They're efficient. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see these videos playing around us. Hopefully, we can insert the video in the corner of this video. but they're developing these buildings they're manufacturing them in a warehouse, then they're building them on site in just a few hours, less than 6 hours, this video says. So it seems like a no-brainer. I don't know why you wait and have your project half finished when you can have a solution like this right in our own backyard. I live in Ontario. I'm born and raised in San Bernardino County, so I feel like our local homeowners and people with home equity or people who are considering uh, downsizing should consider an ADU and potentially renting their house out. I'm happy. As I walked through, I thought to myself, who wants me to tell them what their home was worth with one of these in their backyard?
Everybody.
And you've done a lot of appraisals for my company, and so I trust your evaluation. I trust your professionalism. So I appreciate that. Kind of
pleasure.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, to the man of the hour.
Oh man,
Joe.
I'm putting a spot now.
Well, Sharon brought us all here to see your work, and from what I can see, it's this beautiful work. So, can you just introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about you, your company, and then how you got started with ADUs?
Oh man, yeah. So my name's Joe Belemontes. I'm an architectural designer. I'm also a landscape designer, general contractor, general engineer, licensed in concrete, licensed in landscaping. I got a whole team back behind me. My brother is civil engineering. My partner is structural engineer. So we really have a really good team to put this together. It took us a lot of us to sit down and figure out what would make sense for the public to build. Um, but when we heard about this ADUs, and we sat down with my engineers and we tried to figure out what makes sense for everybody so that no, we can stay busy and it makes sense for the client to build. So this is a process that's taken us 5 years to get here. And I knew that in ourselves as a team, we can't do it. I needed something like somebody like Sharon that can help us out and just show it to the public, know what we have and make sense for them to get this built for them.
Well, can I ask you a question? How long have you been in construction business?
Oh Jesus. My dad used to be a contractor.
Okay.
So I grew up doing construction. I've been a licensed contractor since 2011, but my dad's been a contractor since the early 90s.
Mm.
So I've been doing this.
So you
I grew up doing
live this.
I live this.
Okay. This is what you do.
Yes, this is
You're
what
not
I
a
do.
fly-by-night operation.
No.
You have all your permits and your licenses and insurance.
Yeah. I started up. I was going to be a landscape architect. That's what I wanted to do. And then throughout the process, I ended up switching to just straight up architecture. I finished my education on that, and then I got my general contractor license, general engineering license, and just been building since.
The reason why I asked that question regarding the licenses, you'd be surprised. I just had a deal where we were trying to get an ADU built up north. He got a contractor, he got everything done. We were already ready to fund, or not fund, but to get the process going. And we were ready to go. And we couldn't get the contractor's license information. We couldn't get his insurance information. And it turned out, I told him, I said, well, it sounds like he's not licensed.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He was using somebody else's license.
Ah.
And that's why he couldn't get it done. And I told him, he said, oh, I can't believe people do that. I said, people do that all the time. That's why I say you have to have a great contractor, someone who does this. This is what they do. They're licensed, bonded, and they have the insurance up to $1 million easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we
Standard.
say that standard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be able to provide it.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to know that you really do need somebody who's professional and has those little small things. If not, you will get taken advantage of in some way. Because if they don't have their license and they're going to come back and say, "Hey, remember I told you this amount? Now it's this amount."
This amount.
You want to make sure you're reputable. And so I know that if Dr. Barnes is bringing you to the table, you've been vetted. You've been qualified, and the fact that you have all of those basic things, and your work is top notch from what I can see, and from what our appraiser can see, I'm happy to know you, my friend.
Yeah.
Glad you're on the team.
It kind of bugs me sometimes that a lot of contractors do that to clients, and then at the end they're not licensed, they're not nothing, and they usually subcontract most of the work to other people. I think clients should just do their homework a little bit. And just find who they are, if they're really licensed, and if they're insured. A lot of contractors don't even have a good contact for engineers. You need an engineer on this.
You do.
So for us to have the engineer on site and see this through the construction, just streamlines everything, makes it easy for everybody, honestly. And by the time the inspector comes out here, everything's reported. it just flows quickly.
Listen, everything's not uniform, and that's why when it comes to like myself as a consultant and a strategist to work with the homeowners to make sure that we do the due diligence. Let's make sure the license is in that person's name. Let's talk about their team and so forth because we sign these contracts and they're not uniform. Every contractor has their own different uh, method of giving you quotes and everything. So you need to compare apples to apples and so forth. But to be able to, to vet them and to know and to make sure you're not hiring this one guy who's going to just pull people together that he doesn't even know. And we get into problems like that. So that's where having the consultations and vetting people helps up front.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned the team because I'm a big team
Yes.
player. I love
Yeah.
teams. So the fact that you have your team already assembled, you have like you said, your engineer, your go-to people. That's huge.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question, Dr. Barnes. Can you tell me why are ADUs so important in today's market?
Oh, in today's market, man, there's a lot of reasons. Number one, first thing that come to mind is that they reported that the average starter home in the LA area is 1.2 million. Very few people can afford that. I think, and I got very passionate about ADUs when I heard about them, but I think during COVID, we start thinking about our living situations a little bit different when we had multi generations locked down under one roof. When we had our seniors and our parents in rehab facilities and you could only see them through a window, okay? I think it came out and said, hey, I'd rather have my mother in my ADU in my backyard and have those visiting nurses and be able to take care of her, allowing some independence, but still being able to have that family unit. College change, adult kids had another reason not to move out the house. Okay. One of the first clients I had over in Rancho, the AU was her transition plan to get her kids from her main house to the backyard. She was going to charge her rent. She was going to pay off the loan for the ADU, save up some money, and help the oldest one buy a house, build an ADU. And by that time, his brother would be out of high school and he would go to the backyard. So people are having to look at multi generational living, leveraging what they already own and control. So the housing market across the nation is real. And in California, with the price point of an average person needing to come up with $100,000 or more to qualify for a house and buy something that was built in 1920 that maybe have been rehabbed and everything is better if you already have a house or you have a family home that your family has had for years to leverage that property to make it income producing and change the wealth dynamic. We talk about generational wealth. Real estate is still one of the top three ways of making it. So in our community on fixed income, credit struggles, and we have these houses and we have these backyards we haven't used or these garages that we're not utilizing, we need to build housing for our family. Once that's not needed, then it's on the market for a fair market value and can build up your retirement. So there's a multitude of reasons, but I'm excited about ADUs.
You just said something, fair market value, which brings me to a question from Mr. Lionel Thomas. Can you tell the people out there what's the benefit of building an ADU from a property valuation standpoint?
Yes, well, Dr. Barnes touched on it a little bit. You get the potentially, depending on where you're building, you get the income. You get the generational benefit of bringing in an elderly family member or getting one of your younger family members out of the house and into the backyard and hopefully out into the world on their own. Far as comps go, obviously the appraiser needs to choose comps that reflect the subject property's features. I know apples for apples. So opposed to using comparables, if your home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, they're going to use comparables that are 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom with an ADU, which in theory should be more valuable or more in demand than the houses without that. So you definitely should see a higher valuation. I shouldn't say definitely, but you should see a higher valuation because the comps that are improved with ADUs will sell for more.
Well, let me ask you this question. If you have a home, let's say the house was 1,800 square foot, and they added an additional anywhere between 500 to 700 square foot in the backyard, additional living space. So now it's goes from being, let's say, 1,800 to 2,500. Does that not also increase the valuation?
Yes, on my personal comp search, I would want to know if it's detached or attached because that would frame my search, or the apples for apples comparison would be different from one to the next. So if it was detached, then technically I'm going to look for two structures on one lot that match that amount of living area and that lot size, and the ADU being generally brand new. You're going to want to find something with new construction included with it. So you would see those selling for a premium. If it's attached, kind of like the junior ADU back here, you might look, instead of looking for two on one lot, you might look for a house that has matching bedroom and bathroom count, or uh, a duplex that has a similar, like an attached duplex that has a similar bedroom and bathroom count. But depending on what's being made, as an appraiser, you do have to. It's a technical thing, and you need to make sure that you're using apples for apples, or explaining like what was available, what was not. But the more ADUs that are being developed, and the more of these that are on the market and being made on site, the better the market would be because there'll be comps and more information to use.
Wonderful. I appreciate that. Now, I want to keep everybody, can know everybody's busy. You got appraisals to go get done today. I got loans to work. You got ADUs to deal. You got to consult. Okay? So let me ask you this question. On the 24th, there is something that needs to be announced. Tell me. Tell me.
So on the 24th, we're going to really have our first launch of showcasing this ADU location that Joe and his team has built. So on the 24th of August, from 1 o'clock to 4, Sunday afternoon, we're having an ADU open house tour, and that is open to the public to come and tour the facility, to meet Joe and myself, meet you two and other team members, so you can get your questions answered about ADUs. You can schedule site visits. You can look at floor plans that's been pre-approved, and try to really identify the next step in your ADU journey. Now, it's also open to realtors because realtors are getting a lot of buyers who are interested in building ADUs or buying properties to build ADUs. We're also a resource for them. So we're inviting the realtors and other industry professionals tied into ADUs to come by to meet us to see how we can work together to better our community, especially here in the Inland Empire.
Tell them where to go to get information about it.
Okay, to go get information, you can go to Luma under Dr. Sharon Barnes, and the address for the event is 10705 Juniper Avenue in Fontana. And again, it's going to be from 1 to 4. You can catch me on social media under ADU Advantage. You can DM me or reach out, and we will be promoting the event there. You can register, and you can send me, communication, and I can reach out to you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joe, you have any closing comments?
No, just anybody who can hear this. If you can, it's free for the whole family, open to the whole family. So if I would suggest bring the whole family so you can feel this, because it's not the same looking at it on a 2D drawing or a 3D model versus just walking the entire site and feeling the because every time I'm in an ADU like this that we built, I kind of want to rent it out.
I think that's really important. And I'm thinking about, like Brain Mom, because I've interviewed like so many families, and they're building the ADUs for their parents or for an adult child and stuff. And when they think about something under 500 square feet, you think it's not that big. So if you can actually, get a feel for it, see how the privacy issues can be addressed, see how the access can be addressed, and to have this opportunity on a lot within the Inland Empire, you can visualize your yard. You can visualize it being in your yard. I talked to a lot of people, and they say they don't want people in their backyard because they don't want them that close to them. And I'm like, you can set the ADU, that detached ADU is further away than the neighbor.
You put a gate up.
Yep. Hey, I suggest that. Hey, I had vinyl fencing, a little patio. It can be done, but I think that this is just a premier, rare opportunity for you to come and see ADUs in the Inland Empire and meet the men and the team behind it. And we're just here to welcome you, to serve you, and to help you make your ADU dream a reality.
Take advantage of
Can I
it.
say one thing?
I want to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah, in the backyard right now, and the same person who doesn't want the ADU, they have a shed there that's adding no value. It's
Exactly.
not giving no equity. It's not paying any potential income or providing a house for someone who may be in need. You may have a tree in your backyard. It's I guess it's providing a home to possums or maybe some raccoons. It's not providing no income. There's only so many ways that in your backyard that you can actually generate income that you could potentially live there later if you need a caregiver or rent your house out. It provides so many solutions for a
Exactly.
family that I don't think people are looking at it close enough.
Right.
TR,
I stopped saying that.
can I ask you a
Yeah.
question?
yes,
So there is, let's say there's an investor or someone who has this down payment and they want to buy this home and add an ADU right away, right? And actually live in the ADU rather than the house. Obviously, someone can do a rental form and say what the house is worth. What type of loan product would they leverage to do this?
that's a great one.
Yeah.
If someone wants to buy a home, add an ADU, and then go ahead and live in the background, that's called a renovation loan.
Okay.
We can do a FHA 203K.
I was wondering,
We can
okay.
do conventional home style renovation.
Okay.
We have several different programs and products. That's a great question, by the
Okay.
way. And it will allow you to purchase a home and do the construction of the ADU. And it's just one loan. It's either FHA product or a conventional product.
Mhm.
And we're going to go off of the after bill
As
value.
fair value.
Yeah, yeah. So
ARV is
not what you're buying it for.
Yeah,
You're gonna go after what you add that
Yes.
ADU what's gonna be worth.
Yes.
That's why you come in handy.
Yeah, well,
We're
I
talking
can see it as I walked around. And here's a question for you: like a 2 or 3K loan, I believe the max now is 75,000, and that is probably that may not be enough to
That's not true.
no.
And that's a limited. So there's multiple for 2 or 3Ks.
Okay,
So that's a limited 2 or 3K. So you can only go up to that.
okay,
On the standard,
you can do more.
yes.
Okay,
You can go to the FHA loan limit. So you can go there. LA up to 1.2 for
Yeah.
so on your
Higher.
property.
Yeah.
Things like that. So you have different loans that we have that can allow you to do that as well. If you own a business and you're adding this for rental, we can do business expansion loans. It's all kind of loans we can do and to make this happen for you.
And this is why people should come, because they're gonna find you
Absolutely.
here and ask you the questions.
Yeah, and one thing, I've talked to a lot of people and they're saying that they couldn't get the loan if they weren't on the property. But we had the one with the mother and daughter, and the daughter wasn't on the property, but she wanted to do the ADU. You got them qualified in 14 days. So can you tell us about that? Because we need to
Yeah.
get rid of that mess too.
Well, if you're really ready to go and you're serious about building the ADU, as long as we get all the documentations in order and you're ready to go, we had that thing closed in what, 14 days, funded in 14
Yeah.
days. So really, it just depends on you. Are you ready? Because in my experience, people talk a good game. They say, I want to do this, I want to do that. But when it comes to making a decision, they're not willing to pull the trigger on it, but they'll wait for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and then they price themselves out of being
Exactly.
able to build it because now construction is more.
Mhm.
Sometimes the rates are either up or down, but say they're up. It's more for what you
Right.
could have qualified for. So in her situation, we got some financing. What you have to do is when you look at it is if you're ready to go and the numbers make sense. I would never tell anybody to get put in harm's way. I don't do that. But if it makes sense and it doesn't put you in harm's way and it adds value to your family, whether it's something for your children, mom, or you want to make some money on it, we have to pull the trigger and do it because you're paying rent or you're paying your mortgage anyway. When you get the ADU built and you rent it out, you're not saying I'm paying more for this ADU. No, because now it's paying for itself and part of your mortgage. So you're going to pay less getting the ADU built. But if you can read that ADU out, I'm not a guy. Let's just say $1,500. I'm gonna go low. $1,500 for an ADU to get rented out. But it only costs you an extra, let's just say $900 to build it. You're now making an extra $400. So that $400 is now going towards your regular mortgage. Now your mortgage is $400 less. And that's how you have to look at it. And it's going to help you pay your mortgage off faster. If you put that $400 in principal every month, you go from a 30-year mortgage down to a 15-year mortgage. And you're adding equity, your house is evaluating. And on top of that, eventually you're going to be free and clear. So I wholeheartedly recommend that. So with that being said, guys, Lionel, do me a favor and tell them how to get a hold of you if they need an appraiser.
Yes, easy way. Call my cell phone. Give me a moment to call you back if I don't answer. 909-510-3353. Call or text.
All right. How do they get in contact with you, Joe? Contractor.
I have a website, www.jbcdesignbuild.com, or they can contact me directly at 951-515-4926, or they can contact Dr. Sharon Barnes, and she will take care of everything.
Dr. Barnes, how to get a hold of you? All your insights.
My website is www.adu-advantage.com. My direct cell number is 909-652-1409. Reach out to me and I can put you in contact with anyone on our team to help you get to the next step.
I appreciate that. Now, I'm going to say this. We have a great team. As you can see, this is only the beginning. We got more people behind the scenes that are working to help you either get into the home you want or build the ADU you want or build from the ground up. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you can do that as well, right?
Yes, we can.
Joe and the Inland Empire can build from the ground up. We have loans that can help you do that. So if you're looking to purchase a home, we have real estate agents here. If you're looking to build an ADU, we can get you finance, we can get you into the property, and we have people that can build them with their engineers already in tow. Go to SceptreMortgage.com. That's SceptreMortgage.com or TRtheLoanGuy.com. You can also reach me. My office number is 888-488-5066. Again, I appreciate all of you for being here, joining us today. I'm looking forward to the 24th. Go and register for that event.
Yes.
You need to come out. If you're a real estate agent and you've never dealt with an ADU, come. Get the information so that you can help your clients. And you can also get paid. Let's go for it, okay? On top of that, if you need an appraisal, Thomas, ADU real estate, Sharon Barnes. He's also a real estate agent. He's also a real estate agent as well. But the contractor extraordinaire for the IE, I cannot recommend him enough. Joe. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Luke.